Hello, I'm Jim. I'm Seb's tyreman.
Hello, I'm Mick, otherwise known as Biscuit, and I'm Lance Stroll's tyreman at the Aston Martin Cognizant Formula One team.
So welcome to the dark art, black and rounds, or tyres as they're known. We get 40 sets per weekend fitted, so that is 26 dries, 8 inters and 6 ex-wets.
Well, obviously we just supply the rims, all built up, ready to go, and then we're going to see the Pirelli guys today. We had 16 sets fitted today. We'll have another 10 in the morning, and then the wets and inters in the afternoon.
And then we shall get them tomorrow, process them. The art of processing is we get the tyres back in this state. We then, what's called process the tyres, which we put the markings on, driver, what it is, left or right, set number, arrow for direction, and we do it in yellow for Sebastian, and we do it in white for Lance. This is so the mechanics should get the right tyre for the right car. If you get the wrong tyre on the wrong car, it's a massive fine, so you've got to be very careful what you do. The same with the blankets. You guys look around here. Yellow blankets are Lance's, blue blankets are Seb's. Everything is made so you don't make a mistake. This week as well, because it's the last race for the 13-inch, Pirelli have actually put this on the tyres.
Yeah, each team has their own design of rim. Obviously the basic measurements of them are the same, but the internals, spokes, etc., are different, the sensors are different, the nuts are different for each car, each team. The actual fitting of it by Pirelli is exactly the same as your road tyre, wherever you take your road car. The basic principle is exactly the same. Fit it, blow it up, balance it, and then it's given to us, and we just have to make sure that it's not losing air, it's on the correct way round. The wheels are specific to the tyres, so a right front wheel needs to have the right tyre on it, as in the right hand side tyre on it. Otherwise it messes up with the guys for the sensors for when it's going around the circuit. So it all has to be absolutely bang on, and that's why everything's labelled up. And we just have to monitor everything, and we can monitor everything through a laptop computer for the temperatures, the pressures, everything. Yeah, every team designs their own rims. They've all got different ideas on the cooling of it, using the air that's going around it, etc. So that's why nobody uses a standard wheel.
So what we're going to do now, we're basically done for the day.
Your turn to make a tea.
It's my turn to make tea again. So we'll get sorted out here. I'll go make the tea and coffee. Biscuit will sort the rest of the bits out, and then we'll see you soon. Take care.
See you tomorrow.
Yes. Morning. It's Friday. It's FP1 and FP2 today. We came in early this morning, me and Biscuit. We do cold pressure the tyres, so we do the tyres to a cold pressure when they're off heat. Once they go on heat, we don't touch the pressures at all, because what happens then, the only time we can change it is if the engineer tells us to change it. Up until that point, all I do is check, make sure the blankets are working properly, the box is working properly, the pressures are coming up. And what I'm doing now, with quarter of an hour to go to the session, I'm just taking what's called outer blankets. So I'll go along each one, take it, and then I'll write on my book what it is. Engineer will come in a minute, and then I'll show it to him, and he will then tell me what adjustment we can do. So now I've got the adjustments. I shall do the first set, which is going to go on the car. You only actually run 2 sets in FP1 and 2 sets in FP2. Then after they finish in FP1, they'll be scraped by Pirelli to see how much rubber's come off, how much we used, been weighed, and then after that they're scrapped. They go back to Pirelli and they're stripped. So what I'll do now is do the pressures and wait for the lads to come around to take the tyres to the car. Thank you.
Morning. Well, here we are getting ready for FP1. So we've got our pressures now. These have been cooking for 3 hours. Now we just do our adjustments and then send them to the car. This is pretty chilled in FP1 normally, which is just 2 sets per car. If it's wet dry, then obviously we just have to make sure that each other's okay and we've got everything. The car going out is the #1 priority, so whoever's having a mare, the other one might have to jump in and bail him out. It just depends what happens. These things here are the best invention ever, fly leads. We used to have to de-stack these every time we did this. Now we can just stand here and do this much better. They're all colour coded. Yeah, so the black right rear, blue right front, red left front, and obviously that left rear. We've now got about 8 minutes before the tyres go on. So it's just final checks and preparation. I think when we've done all this, the cameraman will make us a cup of tea.
Oh. He hasn't yet. Oh, Seb, how are we?
That's good.
Hey up Seb, how are you? Go mate. Right, off to see the motley crew.
While I'm doing this, I'm listening to the radio all the time. Make sure the car's going around okay, and any red flags, any problems with the cars, that it's coming back in again. As soon as the car comes in, the blanket's got to be around the car. What the engineer will give me is what's called a run plan. And on here, this is basically my Bible for the day, which is it'll tell me how many laps we're doing, what set we're running on, everything that's going on with the car, and I go by this. Obviously the engineer will call it. If he wants to do something differently, he'll call it. But if he don't say anything, then I go by this run plan.
That's FP1 nearly done with, no dramas, happily. So now what we're doing is just prepping for FP2. These are the 2 sets for that. Then the blankets that we've used this morning will obviously wrap up the rest of the tyres, which are all hidden behind there. And we just start prepping for tomorrow.
Yeah. So on every tyre, well not inches or wets obviously, but on the dries, how we measure it is Pirelli have these what's called depth holes. So when the cars run and you got your pickup and you get the rubber moving from side to side, Pirelli will scrape the tyres out the back, and then Pete, our engineer, will go along with a probe and measure the depth of what the depth holes are. And then from that you can tell how much rubber we used and basically how far we can get on that set. So you'll see on here, this is all the pickup they get around the track. And Jason here is now scraping where the depth holes are, and so Peter can check how much rubber we've used during that session.
These are the 4 sets being used in FP1. Pirelli have checked them, we're checked them. Our tyre engineer's had a look at them, he's happy. So now we can wash them, take the weights off them, and then take them back to Pirelli to be stripped. We'll just crack on with this now, and because it's your turn to go and make the tea.
Morning, it's Saturday morning. We came in about an hour and a half ago, and so this is going to make a cup of tea now and a coffee for him, and we shall enjoy it, hopefully.
Go on, dear.
How many cups of tea do you get through a day?
A good 10 to 12 cups a day, average. I would thought. Biscuit making it. Thank you very much.
Don't know.
My little apprentice. Morning. Do you want to go
Right,
first?
how should we start this? Started at Goodyear's back in 1990. Started at Jordan's after that, 99, till early 2000s. Went and did the motorbikes with Carl Fogarty's. Yeah, 30 years has just disappeared. Absolutely disappeared.
I don't think that's very memorable, was it? don't think so.
First time I met you.
You know what? I can't remember the first time I met you.
He was having a nice day, and then he was walking down the paddock, and I just happened to say there was a job going, and he took it. He's regretted it ever since.
Yes. Right, so how I got started. I started in 2000 with Edwards Hospitality. So I was on the Honda motorhome, driving the trucks to all the European events, setting the motorhome up, and then maintaining it during the race week. I had about 10 months at Pirelli, just mind my own business. It was very good, great little job. And then I saw Biscuit, and that's when it went downhill.
Thing we should say as well, we got great car crews that help us out, didn't we?
Yeah.
We should say that.
It's who you work with. It's like, we travel for about 80, 90 people, don't we?
Yeah.
And it is like one big family. Right then, we're empty, so we're going to go and check on the next set of tyres and make sure they're still working. Because tyres are that's like your family as well. It's like expectant dad. You're walking around them because the moment you leave them, they'll either trip, turn themselves off, or something goes wrong.
And it's your turn to make them.
And I'll make them, right. See you inside.
See you in a bit. Where it gets really interesting. And me and Jim, I've got Dale helping me, who you've met before. I think Jim's got Adam. This is where those two guys and the car crews bail us out because you just haven't got 8 pairs of hands.
Welcome. Salute. Salute. Watch your work. Good guys. Leave alone. Very high.
We can put a sign that side.
One more time, making this way please, everyone up at me! Okay, Jimmy. This way guys, Matty! Okay! That's nice, can you smile please? Now, bugger off. Right, okay. Making this way.
Speaking for myself, I think I could speak for all of us. Not the season we had intended. Please come back hungrier and stronger than ever, because next year we really got to kick some ass and show them who we are. So I want to thank you all from the bottom of my heart. You're the greatest bunch of guys, and I'm gonna give you all the tools we need to prove we could beat these guys here. So thank you again. Heads up high. Come back stronger next year. Thanks, everybody.
Anywhere in particular?
The greens are like insane.
That was is that?
Congratulations, Sebastian. You've won the Overtake Award.
Very tight, and obviously fighting with Fernando is special. It's been quite a while that we were fighting.
Thank you. Cheers.
I know how to do the name.
Why would you do that? Why would you do that?
Over his head, go on. He's got the ball.
So sticky.
Oh, that's it.
Right?
Really nice.
That's what it is.
What a day.
Sorry we didn't get a chance to speak to you this morning. It's been a bit of a busy day. So we came in this morning, we cold pressured all the tyres. We had a team photograph today.
And our photograph of the cup of tea.
We had a cup of tea as well. We had a few cups of tea in between, didn't we?
Yeah.
So it wasn't that busy then, it wasn't.
Went to the grid, everything went okay there. During the race, we just prep and monitor 4 sets in the garage. Once again, setting the pressures for those, whatever the engineer wants, and then making sure they're ready to go at the drop of a hat if they call a car in and it's not on a scheduled stop. Yeah, cars ran around, they finished the race, so that's a good thing. So now we've just de-stacked and debagged all the rest of the tyres, get rid of them. The guns you can hear in the background are the cars coming back from Parc Ferme.
So the cars are going to be stripped down. We're not finished yet. We've got a 2-day test on Tuesday and Wednesday with a car with 18-inch wheels and a car with 13-inch wheels. The 13-inch wheel car is young driver test. So I hope you enjoyed seeing what we do through our eyes. We certainly enjoy our job and we certainly enjoy working with this team, and hope that goes on for many years. Thank you.
Thank you very much. And have a good Christmas, everybody.
Yeah,
That's
a wrap. Thank you.
Cheers, guys.
Cheers, boys. Thanks very much.
Thank you very much, boys.
Thank you.